This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, boy, what a gorgeous day. It's so good to be here with Richard at my side, my tech guy. And I've got two fabulous guests today. We're going to first start out talking to Jared Starrett. And we're just going to be talking to him. He's not here, ladies. I'm sorry. But we're going to be talking to him about what he's going to be doing in Houston this weekend. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to go to Craig Campobella. I love that name. And he's going to talk to us about all the magical statues he's made out of bronze. I mean, he brings people to life you wouldn't believe, all the Texas heroes and people from all over the world, and everybody knows him. He has put Conroe on the map, not the Conroe Towers, but Conroe on the map. So, but first, let's quickly get to Jared Starrett. Jared, are you there?
I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. And you know, if you ever wanted to know what Texas accent is like, just listen for just a minute. So, Jared, tell everybody, when you first met me, I was sitting out in front of one of the cafes and drinking cocoa. And I looked down the street, Main Street in Conroe, and here comes this cowboy. And the reason I knew you were a cowboy, because you had a cowboy hat on, you had the boots, you had the pants, everything you had on was cowboy. And then you were carrying the guitar. I'm going like, who is this? And you were so handsome. You are still so handsome. You were so handsome. And I went, this guy is a triple threat. I mean, if he can sing, if he can really sing. And then you walked up closer to us, and so I stopped you and said, so do you sing? Yes, ma'am, I do. And you just were so cute. And so I said, well, you got to be on my show. And so we had you come on the show. And then Mark Hader was my co-host at that time. And we had you do a song for us. We had you do a song, our theme song. Do you remember that song?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay, sing just a little bit for them and let them hear what it was. Let me hear you sing a little bit.
Yeah, I figured you'd put me on the spot and try to get a few lines out of it. That was the Mark and Cindy show. So it goes, it's Mark and Cindy on the morning show, 10 to 11 a.m. It's Mark and Cindy got a morning show, and every day I listen in. We're going to talk about what's going on in town. You never know who's going to come around on the Mark and Cindy show. It's Mark and Cindy on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Oh, my, you really remembered all of that. That's amazing. Now, all your fans are going, that's not how he sounds at Billy, no, what is that? B. Dalton's. I am so impressed that you remembered that. Now, if you could just do something with the Cindy Cochran Show, I mean, it'll be fine. No, but listen, I want everybody to know what you're doing this weekend real quick, because we got to get to Craig Campobella. You remember Craig Campobella, the one that made all the statues around town?
I do not. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not remembering.
Well, all you have to do is listen tomorrow. And it'll be absolutely so exciting. But not tomorrow, today. You got to listen today. Anyway, Craig is amazing, and you go to his website. He's just amazing. So tell me, where are you going to be playing this weekend?
All right. Friday night, October 7th, we will be at the Rustic in downtown Houston. And that's on Polk Street. And on Saturday, we will be at the Shoot in Baytown, Texas. That's there on Garth Road. So we got 2 shows down there in the Houston area. And
Man,
Yeah,
that's all. The rustic is really nice. That's something.
it's an okay venue. I've got no complaints about the facility.
Okay, good, good. Well, so all your fans. Now I know that you've got a really good social media thing going on, and you've done some live videos, and I've watched some of your live videos and sent the heart up and sent the thumbs up and all that, and it's really fun to watch you. You know, you're like, okay, this is cool because he's so far away, and now he's got the social media thing happening, and so tell them where they can find you, like on Facebook and stuff.
Well, you can find me on Facebook. Jared Starrett and the Hired Guns. That's our Facebook page. So just when you search Jared Starrett and the Hired Guns, go up there to pages. You'll find the band page.
Now,
and also on Instagram. I post as much on Instagram as I do on Facebook. I also have a TikTok and a Twitter.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's where I saw you on TikTok. I'm going like, Jared's on TikTok. Now, slowly spell your name.
That is JARRRETT.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, see, I know how you usually do that. Oh, my name's JARRETT and ST. And you do it so fast, people go like, wait. They want to be able to follow you. That's awesome. Well, how's are you expanding over any country western, or are you still just doing country western only?
Well, we're more traditional country music than most. I'd say that. But
now, what does that mean? What does that mean that you're more traditional?
We sound more like the old school country bands do, but we play two-steps, waltzes, and polkas. You know, your dance hall and your honky-tonk stuff. But I really wouldn't like. We play some blues-influenced material, and we play a show, and we can do it in 3 different languages. We sing some Spanish and some Cajun French. We're really, I guess you would say, just about everything we do is country related, but it's hard to just say it's only country, because we do Tejano based stuff, we do blues based stuff. We borrow from a lot of other genres too, but we got roots as a country band. We're way more traditional country than most, and I'd say if you really get to looking into it, Hank Williams, the guy who's considered the most country of all the country acts,
right?
Well, he had a song called the Lovesick Blues. It was a huge hit. It's blues influenced. That was the black man's music back in the day, and he kind of combined them.
Well, he crossed over, didn't he? That's good. I mean, because a lot of people go in because they love country music, and they love when you say, yeah, but you don't know old school country, and because they're singing all different kind of ways. It's not the kind of country, and so what you're doing is, you're such a good performer, though. That's what I was so impressed with, Jared, is when I saw you at the Catfish Festival that year, and you work that stage. I mean, from one end to the other. You are like a whatever that guy that's everybody loves. Oh, not Clint Black. Well, Clint Black was kind of like that, and I thought he was really good. But you work the stage, and I love that. So you keep that up, and your guns, I never understood at first, because I thought guns were like your arms, and that's what you were talking about, young guns. I was like, what was that? And it's but your group is really cool. Is it the same guys that you had before, or you have changed up?
Well, it depends on when before was. I've
6 years ago.
members and lost members. It happens all the time. These guys hire out.
Yeah.
To other people also. We've got a steady bunch. I think the longest standing member of my band has been playing with me somewhere around 7 years. doing this band thing for 13 years under the same name.
Oh, my word. That's right. It's 13 years. Good. That's how old I thought you were whenever we first started seeing you. But one time we're going to get you on Zoom and get you playing, okay? And all you girls, I'm going to put some pictures up so y'all can look at him and all that stuff. So I'll you can go to his face page if you can spell his name correctly. You can go to his face page and see him. But you are something. You're a great performer, and I'm just so glad I got in touch with you and then we're able to talk to you. So thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing that. It's this Friday night. You're going to be in Houston, the Rustic Club, and then you're going to Baytown.
Yes, on Saturday.
On Saturday.
We'll be at the Shoot. Baytown.
You're going to be at the what?
The Shoot, spelled C-H-U-T-E, like buck and shoot.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. That's great. And then you can see him live up close and see him sweat. So, Jared, thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon.
Well, yes, ma'am. I hope I see you soon as well.
And I just
Thanks
love
for
the way
having
you talk.
me.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. See ya. Listen, we'll be right back with Craig Campobella.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas, dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
And we're back. Oh boy, are we back. And we have got, thank you so much. I just want to tell him, I don't know if he's still listening or not, but thank you, Jared. And I hope we have a great time. And all you girls, be sure and go to his website. Yeah. And make sure you know where he is. But I've got the one and the only Craig Campobella. Did I say it right? Mm-hmm. He was making fun of the way I said it the other day. And but I love saying that name. If you could just have the first name Giovanni, it would be like you'd have to have a restaurant, open a restaurant. That's all there is to it. I've got the great excited, so happy to be here, Craig Campobella. Craig is the most amazing sculptor, the bronze sculptor of Conroe, but it's of the world. He is like renowned all over the world. I'm not saying too much, am I, Craig? Is that
a few
right?
parts all over the world? A few parts of the world, like here.
Well, there you go. That's all you need. That's when we say, yes, globally, we're heard all over the world. Yeah. And if somebody's listening, but you have got the most amazing talent in the world, I think. Thanks. And I've gone over to your place where you used to be out on Main Street, and I understand why you left that place, because people like me would come by and say, Craig, can you show me all the stuff you're doing? And you're going, just a minute, let me get out of here and get my hands all cleaned up. But you had all those, is there a place where people can go and see the display of all that you had, like in your shop?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Yeah, and I did a lot of monumental stuff out of there.
Out of that. But see, it didn't seem like that place was that big. Did you have a back?
No,
back
it was
garage?
it was about the size of the studio.
Well, how would you build those legs and the body and the head and all that? Because
just make sure that the ceiling is tall enough.
You took the tiles out. It was great.
No, it was like a 13-foot ceiling. It was just perfect.
Oh, okay. But now you're working in a bigger space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that you can make more things.
Mm-hmm.
But where's the place that they can go see these things?
No place right now.
No place. Mm-hmm. Just online?
Yeah.
Okay. And your website is it Campobella.
Campobellabronze.com.
Campobella.
I'm still working on it, so it's not.
Bronze.
It's got some goofy pictures down on the bottom.
Those weren't goofy.
Yeah, they were goofy. It's a bunch of abstract art stuff that comes with GoDaddy. They just kind of put those in there as placeholders.
No.
So
That's not right.
well,
Unless they
doing the
sell
best
them and
we
give
can.
you the money or something, but
yeah.
that's
No, they're
that's-
just little placeholders until you
Okay.
get the picture that you want in there.
Okay, but you've got the one that was I saw. It was a tight shot of the face of one of your sculptures, and the hair was big, lion-looking like.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that?
Marty Stewart.
Marty Stewart. I didn't think it was a Texas, person. Yes, that's it. Oh man.
So
You gotta
what
go to
that
his
is
website.
Marty did this amazing album called The Pilgrim about 20 years ago, and it was an absolute success within the industry, but it didn't sell a lot of copies. But all the other musicians around the world just admired it. And there's a song on there called The Pilgrim Part 3, and that's what you just saw is my interpretation of that song. And that is it will be in the entrance to the Marty Stewart Congress of Country Music and Museum. What people don't understand is, first of all, he just got put in the Country Music Hall of Fame. He has 5 Grammy Awards. Willie has 3 Grammy Awards.
Uh-huh.
He owns 20,000 of the world's most important country music artifacts, more than any other collector in the world, from Johnny Cash's First Man in Black suit, Patsy Cline's boots that she died in, Jimmy Rogers' traveling case, handwritten Hank Williams lyrics. Porter Wagner's nudie suit. It just goes on and on and on like this. And they're doing about a 2-city block museum and a theater, the Ellis Theater, from his hometown in Philadelphia, Mississippi. And this will be the piece that when they walk in, they will see.
Oh man, Craig, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think, because you don't only do, past heroes or anything like that. You do a lot of different type of characters.
There's another picture of it.
Oh, that is so great. Now this is your Campobella,
That's the studio downtown.
the studio. Okay. Oh man, that is amazing. And now you're working on Tennessee Ernie Ford.
They're raising money for it right now.
Raising money for it.
Yeah, but while they're doing that, because I know they will succeed,
Sure.
we're doing the armature for it right now. What's funny is Tennessee Ernie Ford was one of my first memories. My mother and father divorced when I was just a wee lad, and I went to my grandparents' farm up in Central Texas to live with them. And I remember waking up almost every day to the Blackwood Brothers Quartet and Tennessee Ernie Ford. So it was a big memory. So I was really shocked whenever this went full circle.
And you're doing his image.
Yeah, well,
in
he's
bronze?
from Bristol. Yeah, he's from Bristol, Tennessee. So in Bristol, we're going to do it there. Which Bristol, Tennessee, is the country music capital of the world. That's where the big bang of country music happened at.
That's amazing. And you were, you pull who's going to pull the cloth off from it?
Oh, I don't have any idea.
You're not going to be there for that.
Yeah, I'll probably be there.
That's what you ever see in every movie.
Movies. You never know until you get there who's going to wind up doing the unveiling.
The unveiling. That's what I meant to mean, pull the cloth.
Pull the cloth.
But, that's funny that you said that. Now, you're a lot younger than I am. When were you born? Can you say, is it okay?
No.
It's not going to
I
hurt
wouldn't
your
say that.
career in
No,
any way.
It's
Yes.
not important.
When were you born?
When?
When? What year were you born?
What year was I born? I don't want to say.
You don't worry about. Oh, you don't. Okay. Okay. Well, I was born in 1948, and the first person, one of the singers I remembered was Tennessee Ernie Ford
Yeah.
and 16 Tons, and that was such a big hit.
Yeah.
Just commercially, it was a big hit.
It crossed over.
Yeah, he did, and he was so
He's on TV for like 10 years. with
forever.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
the old
No, he was. That was great.
pea picker.
Yes, that's right.
How do you do pea picker in sign language?
Quickly, but because if I put together the two words the signs of the two words, they would think I was doing something bad.
Okay.
So I have to watch that. I don't, and a lot of times I've
So
done.
it looks like a gross gesture.
Yes.
Picker does. Okay.
I told a story about the revenge. It said the Apostle Paul wanted revenge, and that sign that I did by just there were just pencil illustrations of what things were, and it was a written illustration. It said, take your index finger, touch your index finger, touch your thumb, take your thumb, touch that, and that was a inappropriate word for especially a sermon, but it was inappropriate word for anyone. It was terrible.
Get in
So I
trouble
found
in
out.
here. Yeah.
No, the deaf people were laughing. They thought this was really funny. They didn't know. They wanted me to explain why he would put that in the Bible, and I had to explain that. But you've been sculpting for how long, Craig? When did you start that?
Oh, it was in the 80s.
In the 80s? What made you start that?
Well, I think the official start was I wanted my mother to paint me 3 oil paintings. She was an amateur oil painter. She's pretty good at it. And she had let all of her oils dry up. She didn't have any canvases. So I took her about 40 miles away to the first big art store that had everything. And I said, get you 3 canvases and get you whatever you need because I want you to do 3 paintings for me so I could just have them for myself.
Yeah.
And she got in there, and it took her about 4 hours to turn everything over.
You can't walk in those places.
And she just took forever. About once an hour, I'd walk in from the outside, and I'd look around, and the last hour, as she was just about to finish it up, I looked down at this bottom row, and there's this air-drying clay, and I picked a box of it up. I took it out to the car, and when I got home that night, I opened it up. I didn't know anything about this. And I took the clay and I made this little Indian sitting on a rock with the hair. His hair was blowing. He's sitting on a big boulder, not just a rock, but a big boulder. And he had a blanket on, and the blanket was blowing. I set it up on my mantle and let it dry. And about a week later, a friend of mine, this was in Dallas, he walked in and he said, "Hey, where'd you get that?" And I said, "I made it." And he said, "No, you didn't." I said, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "How much you want for it?" I said, "I don't know. This is like the mid '80s now, right?"
Uh-huh.
He said, "How about $50?" Which is like
that's a lot.
300 now, right?
Yeah.
I said, "Hold on, let me check with my staff." Yeah, they'd be fine. So he gave me $50 for this Indian sitting on a rock, and I went and bought some more clay.
I bet.
And then I started doing buffalo skulls and this and
But
that.
were you painting before or drawing before?
Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah, I did all that
Okay, so
in
you-
high school and college, and
So your artistic eye was there. It was just you didn't know it was in your hands.
yeah, but going 360 degrees is a whole different ball game, than a flat drawing or whatever. It doesn't make
Right.
one harder than the other, but it,
The detail of all that.
well, you need to have a picture, 360 pictures, when you spin it around to make it interesting to look at. Because we've all seen the statues of the guy standing straight up with his shoulders back and his arms straight down and his fingers together. And
Yeah, oh, right.
Right.
That's what you
that's what you,
that's what you've learned from.
no,
But you've got
you learn from the masters from from Greece and from Florence and Rome, and because it was the Italian Renaissance folks that went back and rediscovered contrapposto and all the different tricks that the Grecian sculptors used.
the tricks of what?
Well, like tension and release. If you're standing up, you've seen Michelangelo's David, I'm sure.
Yes.
One leg is tense and one leg is relaxed, like somebody really stands, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then they twist the body a little to the left or a little to the right, like a corkscrew. It all makes it interesting to look at instead of a flat
Okay, yeah.
picture, right? So you've got that movement in there. It's a slight movement, and then maybe a slight bend of the wrist or whatever. It's like good painting, except it's 360 paintings. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yeah.
because I was thinking. Now, when I looked at David, I never noticed a lot of that stuff because when I was younger and I saw a statue of David, I went, oh my word, he has no underwear on. And I didn't know what
What you
should
were
have looked
looking
at the
at.
leg, and oh yeah, that leg is tense there, and that one's.
Yeah.
But I think that you're right about because when you go and you see a lot of different sculptures and monuments and things like that, it is better if they're not just standing
Maybe you should
straight.
try it again with somebody with clothes on and see if you could notice it.
So I'll notice it. I'll try that. Thanks a lot, Greg. Well, you have done a lot of research. I mean, the things that you went through to make some of these sculptures. Like, for instance, everyone who lives in Conroe has seen, and they didn't know it was you that did it, but they've seen the gold sculpture that's in front of the bank, which was magnificent.
Thank you.
And you were there for the unveiling of that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I got there late. So, I just knew it. I'm not
That's
going to
all
make
right.
this. I'm not going to make it. But it was just amazing. I mean, and people that drive by, why there hadn't been a lot of wrecks, because you think you're looking at the White House at first, and then you go by and you're seeing this gold statue in front, and it was unbelievable. And I asked you, I said, now how are you doing this? And tell them what you did to get the gold. I mean, was it really gold or was it spray on? No, it wasn't. It was the real thing. And I didn't understand. You got
Well, the gold is gold leaf from the
Gold leaf from-
Manetti family in Florence, and they've been doing gold leaf since the Renaissance. Their gold is in the Vatican, all the castles around there, and the burnishing brushes came from Germany, because that's the only place where the black squirrel lives, and the black squirrel's tail
oh my gosh.
does not scratch the gold. Right? So you see a bunch of black squirrels with hairless tails running around Germany, what
We-
happened to them.
We have 2 black squirrels on our street on Squirrel Tree in Willis, Texas.
Well, then I don't know why I didn't buy my brushes from you guys. but
I was right down the street.
maybe it was a different kind of black squirrel. I don't know, but that's where I got those at. And
That's
then
amazing.
the glue comes from France.
From France.
Yeah, and it's like made from the fatty part of the underside of the fur, the fat part of the rabbit skin.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so it's like an international affair to get that gold on, and that was Dean Bass's idea. I got to tell you.
Did he know about all this? And he
No, well, he knew he had seen gold gilded things before, but this is the first one ever erected in Texas in its whole
I
history.
bet.
And he's decided he wanted to do that, so it took 43 days and nights to put all that gold, and it is 23.75 karat gold.
Good grief.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it really was. It's
Now the heat from Texas and all that doesn't do anything to
nothing
it.
bothers it
Nothing
if
bothers
it's above 23. 23.75. It doesn't. There's no corrosion. There's nothing. It just gets better. The wind and all that stuff continues to burnish it in the rain. And
Now does it change the color? I mean,
no,
does
it just gets shinier.
it gets shinier. Goodness.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I need to put that all over my body. That's great. It gets better with age. That's wonderful. Well, if anybody hasn't seen it and you live in around the Conroe area, you got to drive by and see this gold statue. Now, tell who's the statue is?
Texas Lady Liberty. It's
Lady
the
Liberty.
lady that was on Sherman's flag that flew over the Battle of San Jacinto. It's that flew over Sam Houston and his men at the Battle of San Jacinto. And there's a maquette, there's a smaller size of that that is now on permanent display at the San Jacinto Battlefield Monument and Museum.
How long's it been there?
A couple of months.
Oh, okay, because I was there.
There's the display right there.
Oh, that's amazing.
And there's another one at
That's
the
yours.
Alamo in their permanent collection.
And there's another one at the Alamo. And so they said, Craig, you got to do one for the Alamo, and you got to do one for.
No, it was a gift.
It was a gift.
It was a gift of some people that had purchased it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then they gave it to the museum, and the museum, they can either accept it or not accept it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Alamo and the San Jacinto both accepted, and as
Well, I
of now,
guess they
San
would.
Jacinto has it on. Yeah, the smaller ones are 23.75 gold too.
What is the big one?
23.75 carats.
It is
Yeah.
the same?
Every bit.
What? How can that be if it's... I must be stupid about gold. It's not... You don't use more gold for the bigger life-size lady than you do for the...
Of course you do.
Well, then why is it... Are you just talking about... It? That's... The purity of it is...
It's
okay.
23.75,
Okay.
yeah.
Hello. Well, I don't deal much with gold, anything that's real anyway.
That's okay.
So I don't know. But it's fascinating because we don't have the experience and the travel-wise experience that you have going around and seeing these things. And so you understand it. But someone like me, who the radius of my travel is not very far.
Well, that whole piece is something that you would might have seen in the 1700s or early 1800s, because the base too by Jose Trujillo is all hand carved travertine. It's not doesn't come out of a machine or from Walmart or something. It's all hand carved, and that's what it rests on.
Well, anything you've done, when you explain it and you say what all went into it, it was always like...
Well, you know, people listening to this or yourself, now next time you look at it, you'll look at it differently.
Right. Now, of course. Yeah. In fact, I was going to go drive by it again. I know when it first was unveiled and the party was over, and I kept driving around it so I could see it because there was security out there watching, and I'm sure wondering why you keep driving around, but I knew they wanted
No, they
me
get that every day, I hear. Every day, people getting out to take pictures with it.
Well, and take pictures with it, yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, that's what they wanted. I'm just what Dean thought that this will draw people in.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
they'll
it was a expensive tip of the hat from him to the state of Texas.
Oh,
You know,
right.
he and his wife Sarah are big. You know, she's a direct descendant,
Yes.
and they both have just been tremendous patrons of anything that has to do with
Well, when you do Texas,
Republic of Texas history. And
when you do Texas history, characters from that, how much research do you have to do?
well, I do a tremendous amount of research.
So you read the letters, you talk to relatives, like Dean Florian. Denton Florian was in here yesterday.
Who?
Denton Florian. Do you remember
Little short
Denton?
Jewish guy, jewelry, drives a Corvette.
I'm going to tell him what you said. No, he's this big, tall guy. He looks like a professor out
Like
of
the nicest guy in
Yale.
town.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. And so we talked to him yesterday.
I want him to run for governor.
Wouldn't he be great?
Yeah, he
Oh,
needs
my
to do it.
goodness.
Yeah. He'd be perfect.
If he
Do something like that.
Yeah. Well, I always thought he would go into politics as soon as he left Dean, and he was going to go do something.
He's
in
the kind of guy
politics.
that belongs in politics because people would push him into it
Right.
instead of him just go out and wake up one morning and thought he would be a great governor or
Yeah.
something.
Y'all got to vote for me. No, I think that you're exactly right.
I'd vote for him.
Oh, man, I would too.
Right.
Yeah.
And as of lately, I've heard that you can vote 4 or 5 times. So I'll do that too.
That's what he's so involved in that Convention of the States thing. And it was so good.
Well, he just
Brilliant.
Yeah, he's got the right demeanor.
Right.
Heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
Great family, great kids.
Oh, yeah.
Has a dog. I mean, he's got all the stuff.
Yeah, because whenever you get a candidate nowadays, you want to say, okay, let's just go off the checkboards. Have you ever had a scandal in your life? Have you ever done this in your life? They're going to come back and get you for it. And they'll all say no, and then we find out later, you lied. You should have said, have you ever lied? And then we start with that. Yeah, right. But no, but he would be great.
I'm going to start writing his name in, write-in candidate.
Yeah.
See if I can get something
Yes.
going.
That would be good. I'm going to call him and tell him, okay, Craig's already put your name in the, throwing your hat in the bat.
Yeah.
Hat in the.
He's underused in this area too. People need to
No,
get with it.
No, and when he start talking though, it's so, and he knows everything about every subject. I tend to take my people I'm going to interview, and we kind of go around the circle. And because we don't stay with one subject matter, and we go to all different ones, and he is like, boom, on top of all of them. There's just very intimidating to talk to. But speaking of family life, when you had that daughter, when your wife had that daughter, it was, what's her name again?
Bristol Mandolin Campobella.
Oh, that's beautiful.
My wife's name is Christy.
Well, but that's beautiful.
Thanks.
She's going to have to be a star of something with that
I
name.
hope she's a plumber or something. Lives a real normal life.
You don't want her to have too much recognition and get weird and all that. That's
No,
that
she
kind
could
of
have a
talent.
reputation as a great plumber.
Well,
you know?
make a lot more money, probably.
I'm just like every other person. Whatever she wants to do to make her happy.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what made her happy was giving you what she thought you should have is a tattoo from her.
yeah.
And would you please show to, I guess, this camera, or show your arm to this camera right here, and look at that. It says
That's a beauty, isn't it?
DAD.
Dad, that was a tiger paw. It's got 6
And
hearts.
she drew that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then she's got a heart throwing a rainbow to another heart down here.
oh my word.
And then a smiley face at the bottom.
Now hold it straight up there too. Yes, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at him flex those guns.
I'll
Okay.
just let that wear off.
I would too. I would like encase it, like put some kind of epoxy over it so it stays there.
I asked her, I said, how long have you had your business when I said how to do it? She goes, oh, just today. I just started it today. I said, am I your first customer? She goes, no, you're my second customer. And I said, how much do I owe you? And she goes, nothing. Today is a specials. Today is a specials. I said, okay.
How old is she?
5. Just turned
So
5.
she sounds like she's about 25.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
And y'all
She
have
jumped
so
in.
much
We went to
fun.
pick her up from school yesterday. She opened the door. She goes, oh, my heart's so full of joy.
Yeah, 5 years old. And that's the best. The 3 to 5 is so great. And then 6, they start learning a little bit more than they should know. And then,
Right.
then they, after that, is they know more than you do all the time. But I think that when they come home from school, it is so fun when they come in. If they have a good attitude, it's so. She sounds just like I would love to pick up. Now you pick them up from high school, is totally different. Oh my word! What happened to your happy getting in the car? Because the
Everything in society is learned, isn't it?
well, my granddaughter gets in the car. First day she went to school, it was preschool. She went in there and so scared, and she went in there and came out. And that was so much fun. That was really fun. I liked it. Thanks for taking me to preschool. And I said, well, that's okay. We'll be back tomorrow. She says, wait a minute, I got to do that again. Said, yes, you do. So that kind of killed her joy. But I think that the pictures of you and your daughter are so precious, and
Well,
I'm glad you're recording all that.
Yeah. Well, she's got a good mom, and she's. We let her experiment, and she does this and she does the painting, or she'll cooking. She's got a video of her showing everybody how to make this crunchy cake or something, and I've been trying to figure out a way to get it online. But, everybody could probably use her instruction. She go, you smooth it out like this, and then she takes about 5 minutes, making sure it's just perfect into each corner, and
Oh, cute. And then
just talks the whole time,
just like she's doing a real show.
just like she's doing a real show.
Well,
yeah.
you've got to put it. You want to put it on YouTube?
No.
You don't want it
I
on
thought
there.
about it. Nah, probably not.
Okay. Well, at least you have it.
Yeah,
And
we've
if you
got-
got to
we've
put it
got
in the
it for us,
cloud, and
yeah.
it'll be there forever, and it'll come back to haunt you later. So you have to be careful.
Hey, there's nothing haunting about it, though. It's just really cute. It's just her.
I was just kidding.
Just
I
her
just things
being
that come
her.
back.
Well, oh, look.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Ah,
There he is. Oh my goodness, I love this. And then your logo.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Who designed that? You designed that?
Yeah.
Where's that? In
That's
some museum?
in
That's
an
the one?
office somewhere. That's in a McDonald's, that drawing. There's like 4 of those, and there's a phone book cover. And
Oh, yeah.
Stephen F. Austin and Jose Navarro, Jimmy Rogers. We're going to be getting that one done here in the next couple of years. Father of country music. That's me ordering a taco.
That's I thought it would be some real dramatic thing.
Yeah. William Barrett Travis.
Oh, wow.
The fiery eyes.
And his mouth is great.
And there's another McDonald's here. It's different than the other one.
Well, where do they get that? Is that like a wallpaper or did you?
No, they have their art department. I don't know how they wound up doing it. Now, coming up, that's the first guy wounded in the Texas Revolution. That's Sam McCulloch.
Sam McCulloch.
And he was a free black man. And he was the first one to spill blood in the Texas Revolution.
Oh, man.
That's over in Montgomery. This is Jose Torrillo. He's the one that hand carves all of these big bases.
Oh, yeah.
Old school. There's Sam McCulloch, the unveiling.
That is.
Right. This one's called Last Trip to Washington.
Oh, that's beautiful. Sitting
This
down
is
like that.
Come and Take It.
Yeah, that's sitting out in front of, I think.
There's a close-up of Sam McCulloch and his horse.
That was sitting in front of Beto O'Rourke's house. Come and take it. This right here. Well, are they putting it down?
Yeah, we're taking it off to install it, yeah.
Okay.
There's some technical drawings for the
Lady
Texas
Liberty.
Lady Liberty. It's a photo shoot.
Oh, look at this face.
Charles B. Stewart coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's amazing.
Another book cover there.
Oh,
William Barrett Travis, and that's actually in bronze. Those pants look like they're cloth, but that's bronze.
the pants are cloth?
No, they look like they're
Oh, I
cloth,
thought
don't
you're
they?
right. They do look like they're cloth. It sure does.
Yeah, I got my secret sauce on that.
Well, if you ever sit in the studio and you're finishing it up, and does anything ever creep you out about you almost know what they're thinking?
No, never creeps me out.
Okay, that was a good answer. Okay, so that's what I would be freaked out about. I wouldn't be the last one to turn off the lights. Oh,
I guess that's a backhanded compliment, right? That it looks like they're going to speak or something. That's Captain Jack. He was a lawyer. Looks like one. There's the
Look at her
maquette.
face.
There's my daughter helping me.
Oh, there she is.
She's like 1.5 there, maybe 2. And then coming up is Dr. Red Duke.
Red Duke.
Yeah. What an honor it was to do that.
Oh, yes.
There's the Texian.
And that's in the hospital, right? Isn't that in the hospital, Red Duke's?
Uh-huh. There's 2 of them. There's one where the pilots fly off, the helipad, and then there's one down in the atrium
That's
in the
great.
medical center down at the...
They need to, as they go by, pat his head.
That's what they do. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
I love the McDonald's. Jim.
So that's
You're all
that's
there.
part of it.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, Richard.
Yeah, bud.
That was awesome.
Did the audience see that?
See, because usually, I'd have to draw something and hold it up to the
Still some of those available if you want to give me a call. BR549.
When you want people to contact you,
I'm the easiest guy in the world to find. Just go online, put my last name in,
yeah, there's not many Campobellas,
and yeah,
but if they want to find you to hire you,
just go on. Yeah.
do you hire out? You say, okay, it's going to be a minimum of this, or it has to be at least in this kind of category, or do you give them here's the things you have to check off the box you have to check
Yeah, but
off.
it's not a very long list. First of all, you got to have your subject matter, right? and then we do a handshake agreement that I only work with one person and not 50.
Very
on a
good.
committee.
That's so smart. That's so
Right?
smart.
And
Yes.
that one person is the liaison. Right? And then it's like a third down and a third before it goes in the foundry, and then a third when it comes out of the foundry. And that's the way it is with everything.
And that's it.
Yeah.
No matter what. you
Real
know.
simple, no matter what.
So do you ever give limitations on what I'm not going to do a multiple of 10 things on one,
Oh, yeah. If somebody wants to do a one-off from here to eternity, yeah, we can do that. We can destroy the mold after it's over with.
I bet you were so much fun to work with and say.
It's kept very simple, and for my sake.
But do you let people come see what it is before it's finished, or they?
Sure,
do
as
they
long as
stand
it's that
around?
one person, yeah.
That one person. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so smart. I love that. And that would be,
Well, I'm saving them a lot of time,
well, sure.
right? Because just like in anything, there's folks that don't understand.
Right.
And they don't know that they don't understand, and they don't know that they're causing everybody a lot of grief and heartache and time and all that stuff because they don't know that they don't know, right?
Well,
So the only way to get over that is to pare it down and get their best person,
yeah. This is your representative.
and
This
they
is one of
and
the
they
guys.
can drive up. They can sit there all day with me if they want to. That's fine.
That's
And that's not being a smarty pants either. That's
No.
helping them get
Of
to the end of their
course.
project.
Of course. But the thing about it is that you have so much confidence that they're going to love it. And you know that you're going to get as close to what they gave you to go by.
Right.
You've got that. You're not going to make one eye this too big over here. This going to lips
Well,
going
you're
to be
good as
wrong.
your last piece. And fortunately now, after all of these, like, overnight sensation in 26 years, right? Now I've got all these different pieces to point to, from Georgia to everywhere. And they can look at them, and they can pretty much tell if you can.
Yeah, there's not too
pull
much
it off or not.
conversation after they've seen your stuff, your work. You're like,
That's a good thing.
yeah, no, that's awesome. Do you have to do a small version of anything? Not anymore. Did you used to have to do that? Mhm.
Sure.
Okay, there you go. That's what I mean. You're too good for that. I mean, and I don't mean that.
Well, that takes 3 months.
yeah,
That's a
you'd
lot of
almost
time.
have the thing finished
Yeah.
by that.
Yeah.
But do you have to do the legs first and then you set the core on it?
Who knows?
It depends on how you feel.
It's just whatever that day calls for,
Right.
right?
But it just, I was seeing how
You start with
tall
an
they were.
armature. Yeah, you just start with the armature, right? That'll hold it up because you can't do something out of clay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have
like
to
that.
do up like that.
It's got to be foam and wooden dowels and maybe some 3/4 inch EMT conduit,
Right.
and you put all that stuff together,
That's the
and then
guts
you
of
put
it.
foam
Yeah.
around that. Just that commercial foam. You just cut it up and you use these little deals and you make the leg, and then you start putting the clay on.
Now, has anyone ever asked you to, Craig, wouldn't you
easy.
like to teach? Come teach. Mm-hmm. And have you ever done that?
I did once, yeah.
It was one time. It was one time. It was just one time you went down.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that caused you to stop after that one time?
I don't know.
It was just like, I can't see. I mean, I think the students would love you, but just what they would say or do, and if they impatience that you might.
I love them.
have.
I
Yeah.
love them, but I could be. Listen, if they want to do it, they're going to figure it out. I guarantee you.
See, that's great because you're right. And if they are given the problems that they have to overcome to get there, it's going to help them be better than it was before. Nobody
Yeah.
believes that, though. They want to be able to
I've
do it.
had a
like,
lot of parents say, my kid does this. Should I encourage them? And I said, absolutely not. No, don't encourage them.
don't encourage
No,
them.
don't encourage them. Because if they're going to do it, they're going to do it anyway, and they're going to try really hard to figure it all out.
And then it's all,
But
that's true.
That's just truth.
Yes.
Now, because you can live over in Rainbow Land, and guess what? It's not going to happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to go be in a band. They're going to go sculpt. They're going to paint. They're going to go into draw, whatever.
Right.
if it comes bubbling up out of their heart, they're going to give it an attempt, and some of them will take it off. How many times have you heard about all these people that have done well and their parents were totally against whatever they wanted them to do? It happens all the time.
Because you're not going to make any money at it. You got to do this because you won't make money at it. But I think when they get motivated.
I may change my mind later on in life. I don't know. But for right now, those are the ones that they just don't get discouraged. But if you encourage somebody that doesn't have any like natural talent to it, or you encourage it, they're going to wind up heartbroken in about 10 years.
I can't believe he just held up 4 fingers. I can't believe that. So, all right. So if somebody wants to learn how to sculpt, they need to go to Hobby Lobby and ask someone else.
It depends what kind of sculpting they want to do. There's all kinds.
Well, I mean, like the clay that you were talking about.
Like mine is an oil-based clay, right? It's for what I do, for casting, for doing bronzes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's.
But there's other kind. There's air drying clay. There's all kinds of different things to do. Maybe you want to do abstract stuff. You can use just about anything for that. But just go in and start.
You go play with it.
We've got the Library of Alexander in our phone.
Isn't that the truth?
That's, so, go in there and look around.
Go Google it.
I'd never done mosaics before, until I did one over here in downtown. And
That was your first one?
Yeah, and I opened up the phone and just learned how to do it.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, don't tell anybody over there
that's what I did. No. I'm not, because that's going to make them go, we
remain
paid what
a
for
secret.
that?
Yeah, a lot. They paid a lot for it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but anybody can get it that fast. That's
like
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try. We'll try not to let that. He'll
Let
edit
that
it out.
cat out.
He'll
of the
edit
bag.
it
I'll
out.
never hear these.
Well, I just can't tell you how much I love talking to you, and I missed our conversations. I come over there. I know you don't, because you got more work done when I left the show.
That's all right.
But I just love the stuff that you know and how you approach things and all that. It's great. I love your attitude.
Just survival.
Just survival.
It's just
And you're
plain old
so
survival.
transparent. Oh, you're so transparent. It's you need not to be that transparent. But anyway, you've got to go hug your daughter and your wife whenever you get home.
Yep.
And she can watch it right now. She can watch you as soon as we're over. It takes about 5 minutes, and the show is up on YouTube, on the Cindy Cochran Show. So if y'all can watch it while you're doing dinner tonight. Anyway, thank you so much for going. Craig Campobella. Craig Campobella. That's so funny, because I can remember in the old studio trying to say that before you came in the room.
It was a challenge. Yeah.
It's a Cindy. It's like Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, Bella, hello. Yeah. And so.
See how you've
finally,
grown?
I have. I've matured. Haven't you noticed that?
And I want to tell Mr. Trusty Engineer over here and station owner and all that, Dick, thank you for everything. And for
the big head. Don't tell him that. Don't thank him. He doesn't do anything like that to me. He does.
Right.
No, he does everything. He really does. And he's kept this thing going. And so, but he let me come back.
Nice new studio, too. Very nice.
Yeah. Its only downfall is he let me come back, and he's got to put up with me. So, but we're doing fine, and you are just everybody's going to be looking your name up and looking up how to get to you, and they may getting calls and stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
What are you going to do this weekend, real quick?
I don't know.
Okay, that's great. That's all the answer I need. Okay, everybody, I want you to go out and have a great weekend. It's only Thursday, but it's Friday Eve, so it's just just go out and have a good time. And first responders, we love you. We love you, and we know that God loves you even more. And thank you for everything that you do. And so, Craig, have fun. Bye.